And you recommend not saying bad things about the other parent to the kid if the other parent's an abuser.
It won't work for a number of reasons. One is so
Okay.
if he finds out you're saying that, you're going to pay, and the kid's
Yeah.
going to pay. But the other thing is that kids don't want to hear bad things about their parents. Kids often want to say bad things about their parents themselves,
Sure.
but they don't want other people saying bad things about their parents.
Yeah.
But you can often name behaviors as wrong without them getting so defensive. Like you can say, that's not okay that he did such and such, or he shouldn't have put you in that position, or he shouldn't have said that to you, or he shouldn't have scared you. That stuff is okay, fine to say. But don't ever say things that evaluate him as a person. Don't say
Got
he's
it.
mean, or as kids start to understand abuse, don't say he's abusive or he's an abuser. Avoid characterizations of him as a person. I would even avoid characterizations of his behavior. I wouldn't even say his behavior is abusive. I would just say that's hurtful, or that's not okay, or that was scary. Just stick to what the behavior was. But the other thing that kids do need to hear is that adults are responsible for their own actions. And part of the goal of childhood is to gradually become, by the time you reach adulthood, able to be fully responsible for your own actions. But we don't consider kids fully responsible for their own actions. That's why we have juvenile courts, right, instead of adult courts. And so we're trying to move them in that direction. But they need to understand that adults are responsible for their own actions, because they're going to hear all kinds of things from him that he isn't. And so
I see
kids
what you're
need to
saying.
hear, you're not causing what he does, and mom isn't causing what he does. And those are things that need to be explicitly said to kids. Again, that doesn't involve saying anything bad about him, to say you don't cause what he does and mom doesn't cause what he does. Your siblings don't cause what he does. One of the big sources of harm in a family where you have the domestic abuser is that everybody starts to blame each other. He's conditioning them to all blame each other for what's going on. And then they start to do a lot of damage to each other, what you might call secondary damage, where they're starting to hurt each other a lot because of dynamics that he's put into motion. And so we want to try to break that up by saying to kids, hey, don't blame each other. Don't blame yourself for what he did. Don't blame each other for what he did. Don't blame mom for what he did. He's responsible for his own behavior. You're angry at mom about what she did, that's fine. But don't get mad at her about what he did. That's like not her fault.